The 23-yard line.
23-yard line.
Let's go! Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Go! Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. No, no, no.
On first down, Dobbins calling no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
They'll run it now out of the gun. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up. That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
Ready. 57. I hope you brought your left because I'm about to take you to school. Slam.
Jackson looking to throw on third. He'll get this into the hands of Bird. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
Hey, let's get that home. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his 11th touchdown of the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Get ready.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked picked off at the 17. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
54. Watch it slap. Watch it slap.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Play action. It's Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. The Ravens get a new set of downs. Give them 17 on that pickup.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit.
And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. Jackson and the offense come up 1st and 10, and he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Here's Jackson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson got a man. It's Brown. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good pickup there, a 22. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
From back at the 2, here's 3rd and goal. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab as the Ravens push further out in front.
All drives that result in points hurt a defense, but when they are the sustained variety, play after play, and they just can't get off the field and stop them, that can be demoralizing.
Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Shaquem Griffin.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. Returnable for Grant. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Check 49, check 49. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. You ain't doing nothing today. Get it on. Rest. Go.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They go play action now. Jackson buying time to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
After the sack, you could understand him maybe being a little bit nervous back there, a little skittish, but he looked awfully decisive when he took off and ran.
Very decisive and picked up that first down in the process.
Watch the twitch.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. They'll swing this complete out to Hill.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On 3rd down, Dobbins. And down inside the 15 he goes. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
On 2nd down, Dobbins. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. He may try, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Nixon. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. On play action, they'll throw. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Intended for Drew Sample. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 11.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Kevin Huber now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Here comes Grant on the return. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball.
There he goes, left side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 6th touchdown of the season as the Ravens push further out in front. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded at the 2.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
25-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Back to throw. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. A pickup of 27, and they pick up the first down in the process.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. 2nd and 3. Flush to his right. He'll run it. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 26.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
Mixon with a first down carry. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the Ravens' 28-yard line.
Watch twist. Watch twist. 22, jet, bomber. 22, jet, bomber.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Looking for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun to give to Mixon. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays, have them on the move on first down.
Check.
Now a give, right side. Dobbins. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there as that one is going to blow up in their faces. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. 2nd down now.
36 to Mike. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. No. I got you, baby. I got you.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson throwing the out route incomplete. It's Brown. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. They'll run on first down. Dobbins. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 12 yards to pick up there, good for a Raven first. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Check 9. Shoot. 66. Bullet. High.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Throw caught here by Bird. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Tony Brown there on the tackle.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins, and he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. At a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. And 3 yards on the carry there as his defense holds strong and takes it to 4th and goal.
Brings up 4th down and goal.
Here's Justin Tucker now for the Raven field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Tucker's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Justin Tucker, the kickoff for Baltimore.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
He's checking.
2nd and 4. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
On first down, Mixon. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Again, it's Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
See what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47. 9 yards on the carry there, but it'll be 4th down now. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
It's just me and you. No, it's me and you. It's just me and you. 58's the mic. 58's the mic.
Yeah, let's get second.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. So the final seconds tick away in this